Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Batjack JW. Hopefully, you got your coffee and you're tuned in. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it. The support we get here on this channel, the radio show channel. So, what did we post on the main channel? There was actually the comparison of the tarnishing and the aging on the trench knife. Those of you that are obviously been Patreons of mine on my Patreon channel, you've already seen that video. So that was something I threw out there just to keep it updated. Actually, since then, because that video is actually quite old, the trench knife has aged quite well, and I must hand it to the Flitz metal polish, because the Flitz polish worked really well and also preserving the shine all too well. So it's kind of interesting. Santee and I were talking about something recently and about that, so we'll get into that. But let's read some comments here, and always great to get in touch with the comments, because also it's really neat to kind of have that connection with you guys also here at the show. So first one up here, we have Rusty Allen. He says, another awesome way to start the day, and we appreciate that, Rusty. I'm glad you're here and you're listening, and this is the way you want to start your day, so we really appreciate that. And Joe P over there, how you doing, Joe? Good morning. And he said, I definitely enjoy the movie reviews. Great. Netflix still has French Connection 2, and I put it in my the queue. I guess, what is that, like a watch list, I'm guessing. And we got Scott F, a cup of coffee and a good show, as thanks for the good start to the weekend. Love those knives, are fun, good stuff. Thank you, Scott. We appreciate that, and I'm glad you're here to start your weekend off. And we got Bob Hartman. Good afternoon, Batjack. Yes, again, I went to the range in the AM afterwards, cleaned the gun, and my used brass. Good talk. What'd you shoot today, Bob? What'd you got out there? It's interesting how it's really neat that some people have made the range, going to the gun range, as a part of their weekly routine. Pick a day out of the week or whatnot. Recently, kind of funny enough, I was shooting some stuff with a buddy of mine. He's actually appeared in a lot of Ghost Rider stuff with me. He's popped up here and there. Mostly the episode I remember mostly is the one where he's trying to start a fire with the old way with the piece of iron and some flint rock, and I walk over and I just kind of go, well, and I click open a Zippo lighter, and it's kind of neat. And then I think Santee or somebody says, we can do that. So anyway, but he was in that episode with me. So we were shooting. We were actually doing some shooting at the range. We had some 40 caliber ammunition we had to get rid of, so we ran it through a Glock 22 model, which is basically, if you're not familiar with that, it's a 17 size, the full size in a 40 caliber. And man, that thing packs a punch. It kind of surprised us both, I believe. Even he said, and watching him shoot it, it was like, wow, yeah, that thing is, it does pack quite a punch. Yeah, very interesting. So, I shot a 1911, my inland. I've been doing some paint jobs on it, new paint jobs. So check out my Patreon page to see the videos I posted on there on the new paint job on it. So go ahead and check it out. It's absolutely free. I don't charge anybody to watch my content. So there it is on Patreon. I just use the Patreon as a different outlet for stuff. Sometimes if I want to do something that's a little bit more might not be approved other places, so I put it over there at Patreon, and so that's what I've been doing. Right now, what I'm working on is getting a decent camera to start doing a lot more stuff with Patreon and a lot more other videos. That's what I'm hoping. I'm trying to get a decent camera. I really do. The last investment with a camera was such a letdown, and it really left me kind of jaded. So I'm working on that now, and hopefully with that, it'll free up more time, and it'll kind of spark the interest to start recording again. It has been way too long of not having a camcorder or tape recorder or whatever, so I can't wait to get one of those back in the inventory. I've almost even considered selling something so I can get a big chunk of cash so I can really get something good, a decent camera, but we'll see. So, all right, Lion Quest Fitness. How you doing over there, Lion Quest Fitness? I know I've been watching your videos, really good stuff. I'm glad to see there's it's really refreshing to see a channel where you're shooting double action revolvers and shooting at double action. Only my daughter, I bought a couple Chinese switchblades and a picture of Geronimo at the flea market for her birthday. She was thrilled to death. And I've given up the acquisition of a CCP for now, and I'm on a quest for a Smith & Wesson Model 15 snub nose. My 2-inch Model 10 sights are getting a bit small for my 53-year-old eyes. I figure the 15 is a taller ramp sight. It makes more sense, and it ought to fit in the holsters I have now. Congratulations on 150 episodes. That's from Evie Saint. I do appreciate that, Evie Saint. And looks like Bob has left me a link to a video. We'll check it out here. So, and I think I've read some of these comments in our coffee episode. So, I'm just kind of going through them again here for the radio show 151. And this is Blackie's Last Gunfight. One of my favorite Western scenes ever. This is interesting. I don't think I've seen this. What is this from? From the movie Rustler's Rhapsody. That's kind of a cool rig he's got there. Kind of like it's a cross draw. That's a pretty fancy shirt. I don't think I've ever seen this. And again, I watched a lot of these kind of Western type movies with my dad on TV growing up. God, is the guy in the flower T-shirt Tom Berenger? God, it looks like Tom Berenger. Can't say I've seen this though. Oh, that is too funny. That's pretty funny there. Shot their own guy in the back. So we did that movie chat on The French Connection 2. And so actually I just got back from the record store and I bought some stuff. I bought some DVDs. Let me go get them so we can talk about them. I think it'd be awesome. So let's see what we got. So up first, I found this in the dollar bin. The Recruit with Al Pacino and Colin Farrell. I remember seeing this when it came out. Really neat movie about the CIA and stuff like that. I've always liked Al Pacino. He's in this one. He's getting on in his years already. See, I'm not seeing a date on here, and the writing is too small to read. But It's a good movie. I remember it has a really interesting ending, and Al Pacino kind of is a nutcase in it. No surprise there, right? And the other movie I got here, this was $1.99, and it's The Bone Collector with Denzel Washington, Angelina Jolie. I recall this was actually really good, and Denzel is always pretty good in most movies. I also recently bought The Equalizer 2, watched it, enjoyed it. Not as good as the first one, obviously, but it was decent. It's a pretty good Denzel movie. Just kind of almost doing what he just does best. So it's anything extravagant, but if you're a fan, you'll like it. And the last movie I hear that I'm going to talk about, which is actually really cool because I saw this in a theater. I really liked it. And it's kind of difficult to find sometimes. I know I just actually recently looked on Amazon again, and when I first looked this up, it was out of print, and you couldn't get it. Now it's actually back available, and I think it's kind of weird. It fluctuates. Movies fluctuate on Amazon. Sometimes they're available, sometimes they're not. So, I know, I'm keeping you in suspense. What is it? But let me grab my coffee here because it's the most important thing of the morning, right? Okay. Oh, that's good. Although I miss Kona coffee. So, the movie in question that we're talking about that I've now kept you in suspense is called Hard Rain with Christian Slater, Morgan Freeman, Randy Quaid. This is a great movie. I remember seeing this again. I saw this in the theater. It's been a while since I've seen it. This town gets flooded and evacuated, and there's this gang of thieves, and they set eyes on robbing one of the banks or something. So Christian Slater is I think he's a armed guard or armor truck driver or something like that. I'm trying to look at the back of this thing and try to figure it out here. But it's a really neat movie. Came out in the late 90s and really neat. Like I said, I liked it. I enjoyed it. And I was lucky enough to find it at the record store, so I picked it up. And I definitely scooped it up. They had 2 copies of it, which was surprising. I was actually surprised alone that I found it. That is one, I tell you, I can't count how many times I go there looking for a title. I'm like, okay, I'm going to look for this title. And, oh, it's not there. Nope, didn't find it. This was one time I actually did find it. So that was pretty cool, I must say. So, let's go back on over and things I've been looking for on Amazon. They have a copy of the 7-Ups with Roy Scheider. That's a Twilight Time edition, if I recall right. Let's type it in and check it out. 7-Ups, Twilight Time. If I can spell it right. Let's just see. Okay, there it is. All right. These are, I don't know what it is about this, and I've never actually pushed a button on buying any of these things because there was a few that came around here and there that I really would have wanted. This one here, the 7-Ups, it's a Twilight Time edition DVD, which usually means they're, I don't know, some sort of special edition. But this thing is $55. I just, you know what, I can't do it. $55 for a movie, I can't do it. I don't know, I just can't seem to find that movie that I'm willing to pay that kind of price for. So Twilight Time, I don't know if they're just like super special editions or what, but I can't do it. Can't spend that kind of money. Let's see. There's another one here. Let's. Here we go. All right. Are they not gonna give me? There it is. Okay. This other one. Next one up. Another Twilight Time movie. It's Charles Bronson, Murphy's Law. Great movie. Love it. When it was for free on Amazon Prime, I watched it like 3 times. Now you got to pay to watch it. But it is $12.99 on Amazon Prime to own it. I'm not sure. I may do that. May not. I'm still not used to that. I'm that guy that likes the physical copy. But here again, $50, $49.99 for Murphy's Law. Charles Bronson, another Twilight Time film. I just don't know. I don't get it. The DVD is more. The DVD is $54.99. I just don't get it. I'm not quite. See, now you can go in and buy it from other people. There's another one, somebody selling it for $31, but then $4 for shipping. So you're coming in again near the $40 mark for a movie, for a single movie here. So I really don't know. I can't seem to get behind that. I just don't. Mr. Majestic, $18.99, not bad, I guess. Some of these I noticed they would come out, and I remember when they came out, and then all of a sudden they just jumped up in price or went out of print. Death Hunt on Blu-ray. It's another Bronson film with Lee Marvin. That went out of print. That was weird. It just, I remember when it was out and it just came out on Blu-ray, and I was like, kind of like, wow, that's actually really cool. I might pick that up sometime. I'll keep it in the archives in the head, in the old brain, and remember it. And I came back to go look for it, and it's like, oh, it's out of print. And not only is it out of print, if you want to buy it, somebody's selling it brand new for $117.99. Well, wait a minute, what happened here? Did I miss something? Are we in the wrong business here? Should we have been collecting these things and buying them and selling them? The Mechanic, another Twilight Time movie, Charles Bronson, The Mechanic, it's $127. Am I missing something here? I mean, okay, wait, here we go. Here's another different copy of The Mechanic. It says Twilight Time again on the box. Not sure what the heck the difference is between this one and the $130 one. But this one is no different. This is $100. This is $100. I think I'll stick with my plain Jane DVD copy of it. But I can stream it for free off of Amazon Prime right now. Okay. I don't know. Chado's Land, another Twilight Time movie. Chado's Land. Let's see here. Oh, $50. $48.90. After tax, it'll bring you up, and if you don't have free shipping, well, actually, it might cover for free shipping even if you don't have Prime. If you don't have Prime, and I think you spend like $30, I think it's free anyway. But I've been enjoying the Prime. I think it's worth it. I've been getting my money's worth out of it. But it is interesting to see a lot of these movies that just kind of pop out there, and it's like, wow, what happened here? Like, the prices. Let's see. We got some new releases here. Some really interesting ones. Night of the Creeps. That's it. I remember seeing that on videotape years ago. There is definitely some new kind of interesting movies coming out. Steelbook edition. I never really understood that. I don't know. I guess it would be cool if it was a movie that I was really into. Maybe I would get the Steelbook edition, I guess. I don't know. Mothra. Hey, Johnny Quest. I'm just flipping through all the new releases. Clown Motel. Not sure what that's all about. It's kind of neat. Some of these they're releasing what they call retro VHS style tape DVDs that look like the old school tapes that I miss those days. I do. So, okay, let's go back. Piranha limited edition. Is that the old original one, the Corman, or the new one? They're never any good when they remake them, I tell you. And let's see here. Oh, looks like Arrow Video's got a thing out here. Oh, it's not going to be out till August. Now this is a weird movie, and maybe some people know about it, maybe some people don't. If you've never seen it, buckle up for this one. It looks like they got a new edition of this, a special edition by Arrow Video. Arrow Video is, I've got a couple of theirs, mostly in the old horror video stuff that I got. One of them is House from the 80s. Great cheesy, campy horror film that I love. Just growing up in that time, watching a lot of them on TNT with Joe Bob Briggs. Monster Vision, I remember that. Oh, okay. Here we go. Al Pacino in the movie called, are you guys ready for this? I wonder how many of you have seen this. Probably all of you. I don't know. It's called Cruising. This is a weird film. It's like a take from his Serpico movie. He's an undercover cop. I believe it is set in New York, directed by William Friedkin. This is a weird, bizarre movie. You know, you just have to really look into it for yourself, because I just think talking about it would not be a good thing here. But you'll have to check it out for yourself, read up on it. It's very, very strange. So, I remember I had this on videotape. My father and I, we bought it actually from somewhere, and it was just an Al Pacino movie. We bought it, and my dad's like, you know what, I remember that movie. I don't remember. He goes, I just remember it was kind of weird, and so we watched it, and yeah, it is. So I'll let you guys, if you've already seen it, then you know. So there's another movie that came out called Us. It's a horror flick. I don't know. I just it looks kind of neat, but I'm so stuck in the old stuff because it just was really the better way to go. I recently bought Rosemary's Baby on Criterion Edition. Bought it from the record store. Interesting film. Remember seeing it years ago. I think my dad saw it in a theater. But no, it is very interesting how, you know, this Amazon world it's just the way it's coming around. It really is. I mean, you can order just about anything online now. It's so crazy. Groceries. I ordered barbecue sauce that I couldn't find anywhere in the market. I bought it off Amazon. That's just crazy. I don't know. So let's go back, and we got one error. Let's go back and look at coffee. It was just a morning coffee show that I did for everybody. We got a comment. E.B. Saint, good morning. JW, a little late for coffee, but perfect for root beer. Oh, man, I love root beer. And Joe P., good morning. Too late for coffee, but since it's Father's Day, I'm having a late morning bourbon and not mowing the lawn. Edward Betty, hi, Bat Jack, and how are you, Edward? And Bob Hartman, thanks for the morning chat. Answer your question. I clean my breasts by first separating caliber sizes using a size separating tray. Then I fill my Franklin water tumbler, adding liquid soap and lemon crystal dish sign. Ooh, I'm going to have to check that out and try that. Let's see. Liquid soap and lemon crystal dish shine. I'll have to check Wally World for that with the brass. Let it tumble for about 40 to 45 minutes, then place it on a wet, clean brass in the Franklin stacking tray heat dryer. After the brass is dried for about 40 minutes, I'm done cleaning. Brass comes out really clean. Even the spent primers intact. I know some people do pop the primers out before doing the cleaning. Monitor the number of times I reuse the brass. I'll reuse brass up to 20 times. I know you can get away with more times of use. I've heard people reloading up to 60 times, but I don't go much more than 20 times. I've never counted, which is probably a bad thing. And Mr. Holster, he says, you painted one of your firearms. Just what is wrong with you? Here's my reply to Mr. Holster. I don't know. I saw a guy on YouTube paint his Shockwave. He gave me the idea. I think his name is Holster or something. Yeah, anybody that's not subscribed to Mr. Holster, please go over there and subscribe to Mr. Holster. Also, check him out on Patreon and support him there too. Scott F., good morning indeed. If it takes too long to upload a simple video, is tough to put anything out due to frustration, as I hope it gets that resolved someday. Yeah, I tell you, when I'm uploading something from the phone, it's like a 3-minute video could take me 10 hours. It just, something's not right with that. So that's also part of the reason of like not too much content. Rusty Allen, good morning. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go, and that is our Saturday morning show. I appreciate everybody tuned in. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.